bed, or down at the foot of the bed, or down.
Hi, welcome to Delicate Dark Girl. Today we're going to be doing two videos, but this video is about color palette, like you know, the whole color wheel, like what's best for your skin tones and undertones. And I wanted to just basically share what I've been understanding and what I don't understand as I attempt to do the different seasons. So of course we're going to start with summer because it's still summer, and you know, I'm not ready to let go of summer yet. But then we will follow with autumn, we'll do winter, then we'll do spring. I don't know if I'll only do them when the season comes up or if I'll just do them in a series of videos. I think I'd rather wait for the season, but we'll see how impatient I get. So I have a bunch of palettes over here that I'm actually going to take a picture of and insert here. And it's just inside those palettes. I wouldn't say all those palettes are, excuse me, you can still hear in the background. I don't think all these palettes are straight summer palettes. And we're doing the three categories. I'm doing the 12 category system. Apparently there's a 16 category system, and I'm just like, girl, I can't, because it was hard enough for me to get on this the 12 one. I grew up with like only knowing 4. We had a book in the house. I think I still have it, and I think they had like 8. Anyway, the 12 is what I've been looking at and trying to dissect the most. So that's what we're going to stick with. And I don't think any of these hit any of the 3 categories of summer, which would be light, true, and soft. And as a whole, they don't hit, but like they have colors inside them that I'll be using for each. We're going to start with true summer because I feel like I talk about what I've assessed for summer, and then we can branch into light and soft. You know, they feel like subsets, you know, even though they're not. I mean, they're all subsets of summer, but I feel like, you know, you have true summer, which is like something that can encompass a lot of things, and then you have light and soft where it gets really delineated by a certain characteristic that I'll get into when I talk about them. So like I said, we'll start with true summer. And I'm going to do my eyebrows instead of with my regular pencil. My eyebrows are still going to be the way I do them except for that under part. Same brand, NYX or NYX, and this one though is this one is natural, and then the one I usually use is soft brown, which is a lot warmer. So that's a lot warmer. So in summers, contrary to what you might feel, right, with weather, summer tones are actually cool tones. So they don't lean towards yellows at all. You start leaning towards yellow when you get into spring and autumn. So you have summer and winter, who are cool tone people. And I decided to pick the other one I picked up a while back, which is called Natural. Okay, so you can see it's a little more peachy, and then especially in comparison. You don't always want to compare, but if you're having a hard time really identifying whether it's cooler leaning or warmer leaning, comparing it side by side with something you know for sure is more yellow or more blue, that should help. So anyway, so on closer to, we see my mouth here, closer to my mouth is the natural, and closer, far away, the one on the other side of that is the soft brown that I always use. The one I'm wiggling right there, that's the soft brown. So you can see how much warmer it is when they're next to each other. So anyway, I opted to do the natural one, so because it's more neutral. in true summer, there's a lot of neutral cool. So I'm going to actually try to keep my base neutral as well. And I'm going to use Revlon. I'm not going to do too much with the eyebrow. Alright, anyway. There it is. Just cleaning up the bottom. And again, a lot of times it like those these sites, I was like, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm fishing through them, and I think anyone who's seen those sites can see that a lot of the things they tell you to use as a test sometimes feel like, what? Some people might be able to, you know, people with like colored eyes, or you've dyed your hair or something. But I think what you just think about is just think about what makes your features pop when you put that color on. That's how you start to discover the best thing for you. Think about your undertones, obviously, like, are you warm, are you cool, neutral? Because I'm more of a cool neutral undertone, I am actually, right, a deep winter. But everyone's not going to, you don't have to automatically assume you're going to be a deep winter just because you're dark skinned. Even if you have darker skin, you could be a variety of these things. And so I wanted to start with summer because we're in summer. Anyway, that's the eyebrows. As you can see, it's not as like orangey kind of clay color that I usually have under the brow because I'm using soft brown. So that is optimum. You want to pay attention to all those different things. I'm just gonna do the eyebrows kind of roughly because we're gonna keep them throughout. So you know, I want to do them roughly, but I want to do them nicely. Moving on. So now we're gonna go into starting with true summer. Push that back. We're looking to be more neutral, and because of that, I am once again going to use this Revlon cover stay, because a lot of my foundations are red or warm or something like that, and I just kind of want them to have almost a gray undertone, like you know what I mean, not as in like ready for the casket, but I want something that is so neutral, you know what I mean? And I feel like the CoverGirl, damn it, the Revlon Color Stay. The Revlon Color Stay is the only foundation I have right now that will be like that. The other one that I think was perfectly neutral was my Juvia's Place. I wore 140 Angola, and I felt like that was a perfectly neutral foundation as well. But like I said before, it's all finished. When I'm able to buy foundation again, though, that's one of my top refills where I go get that first. It used to be that and the double wear. I fell in love with the double wear in like 2019 when I got it in New York, along with this new foundation that I thought was going to come out early in New York, but it didn't. I thought it was really going to come out early because it was Manhattan, you know? I'm like, that's the epicenter, ain't it? Ain't it supposed to get stuff first? But anyway, they didn't have it first. They didn't have it. No one had it. We had to wait like everyone else till September. But anyway, it was the Guerlain, which I also liked, but that one was also very red in its coloring. So I do like to, when I'm doing foundation sometimes, like a full face instead of just like under the eyes or whatever, I do notice that I start with my hands and end with a sponge, and I think it helps me feel like I'm controlling the amount better. So don't mind that. I did not color correct because even though color correct is supposed to bring your face to a balance, the color correct itself is kind of, you know, orange. And not kind of, it is orange. And I really didn't want any distractions. As you can see, I even put in my clear contacts so we could really get a pure base. I wanted the colors on the face to do all the talking. So yeah, we're neutraled. We're neutched. Moving into colors. So for True Summer, I have a color palette in front of me. Jeez, whatever. I have a color palette in front of me. And I want to go more towards, I want to get like, for each of the summer categories, I wanted to do a different color so you can see the wide variety that could be. But I only have so many colors in my collection. I was thinking about using my Beauty Bakery palette in celebration that it has been saved by getting bought, and use that one there. Now I know it might seem like it's like when you get in there. So it's green, but it's a blue green. Okay, and when something shimmers like that, you want to swatch it on your hand as well, because some of these shimmers, they have like gold little flecks in them. This one does not. I think it can work for a true summer because of its brightness. Different seasons have bright levels, as in like how bright or how deep the colors can be. So winter gets a little deeper. Summer, however, is brighter. And you can think about it this way, is in terms of the seasons they're named after. So in summer, we get a lot of sunlight. So don't think so much about the yellowness of the sun, but think about the brightness of the sun, how long the day lasts in summer. Think about that. So you can automatically associate it like, okay, brighter colors. Now they're going to be cool toned brighter colors. Like think of the sky on your most perfect sunny day. Think about how bright and how absolutely blue that sky is. Okay, at least that's where I am. I don't know if summer is the same where you are, so you can just think about like the amount of daylight that you get during summer. That I'm pretty sure is universal. So we're gonna use that color actually. It's in my color palette that I found, and you'll see a lot of the color palettes, they seem to overlap. And that is one of my questions where I'm like, some people, they have different colors inside. You know, I feel like your perception of color also plays a big role in this, because if you have any degree of color blindness, you know, there might be certain keywords that help you differentiate more so than what other people use as keywords to help them differentiate. So I hope maybe you can find some keywords in what I'm saying, because I'm going to try to cover all the things that I'm understanding or misunderstanding about this. So as a base though, for that shimmer, I'm going to also do the same style of eye makeup. It's just going to be like a matte color and then a shimmer, okay? Just so that we don't get distracted by like styling and stuff. Where this is purely about how the colors appear. And also depth is another thing that I feel like gets more subjective. I mean, there's an objective depth when you're talking in the grand scale of like white to black, because you know white has absolutely no depth and then black has all the depth. So if you're putting things in a scale like that, you know, there's an objective light and dark. But when it comes to putting it on your skin, there might be colors that like you'll see online people are classifying as dark, and on you they're actually like a mid-tone. That happens to me a lot, so I know it happens to other people. So yeah, you can think about that color, even though someone said, oh, that's a dark color and it's more of a mid-tone on you, you can think about it like that. It's a mid-tone color. but you can still use it like depth because you'll put something else on, right? And it'll be much lighter than that thing. So you can use that. Use your own barometer for light and dark. Barometer? Parameters for, I feel like I can use my own parameters for light and dark. I feel like that's something that can be flexed because there's objective and then there's the subjective is when you're putting it on your skin. Like, perfect example, right? This color right here, we can all see that it's a light color. This color right here, we can all see that it's a dark color. Both of them cool tone. This would be something I considered a darker color because it does show up deeply on me. And I think this is more winter. This would be more summer because, but it's also a light summer. And simply because of how light the colors show up on my skin, how light they contrast against my skin. Like, I'm thinking the light is more about contrast. So if something gives you like a mid-value contrast, I don't know if I'm using these words right. I'm not the color person. I usually have to consult my manager / younger sister because she is the visual artist. So it's like, okay, I'll go here. This might be deep on somebody else, but on me, I find it's not very deep. It's a mid-tone. So I would consider this something, and it's also cool tone. So I would consider this something that I could use for summer, and it would be true summer. I wouldn't use it for bright summer, again, because it doesn't have enough contrast against my skin when it comes to lightness. And I think it's more a mid-tone on me. So I would use it like that. This color I use as a blush a lot. It is very light. And again, I would use that in contrast when we talk about lightness. I would use that. I'm talking my ass off. Am I really going to get through all the seasons? I should have been putting something on while I was doing that. But anyway, I'm going to use that color there. Come in though. And you see how that natural color, it's called natural. It's not, I'm not calling it a natural color, but it's the color natural that I used under my eyebrows. It's not contrasting sharply with the, it's not contrasting too sharply because that other one is so warm. If I put that under there, which I often do in my daily makeup, I'll mix cool and warm tones. Alright, so we have our cool base there. I get up in there with this. They don't have names on them, you know. I'm hoping they bring this palette back and put names on them. But anyway, we're going to use that teal there. And I'm just going to put it on with my fingers. I don't think people think too much of green when they think of cool tones or whatever, but just like any other color, they can have, you know, more blues or more yellow. And, you know, the tricky thing about green is that in order to make it, you have to have yellow. So I don't think a lot of people, you know, because you're supposed to stay away from warms when you're summer, but I feel like this is like the line you can cross when you have like a seafoam green, something that has more blue than yellow. I feel like that's the line you can tread. Just gonna clean up the edges. Alright, and so to help its blues pop, I'm going to go into ColourPop Blue Moon. This is Lumi, the little white one in the corner that pulls blue like that. And I'm just going to use it like a topper. So I'll go in gently, but I'm definitely going to get on there. I'm just going to help it out. Help the blues in that blue-green really pop. Help it out with a bit of shimmer from something else. Just doing it very lightly. Okay, so I have the, oops. I have these mattes. It's in a ENG palette called Lucky Charm, and most all these greens are cool toned except obviously that middle one, which is like a stark lime green, and this one over here, which is more of an olivey green, and then obviously that brown is quite red, but it is a cooler red. Anyway, all the greens up here and on the side, and this one at the bottom that I like to use, obviously these two the most, but they are all very cool toned. So I'm actually going to use, I could have used this as a base, but I think it was fine. I wanted to show more colors, so that brown was a good choice. But I am going to use, this one's a little yellower, so I'm going to use this more blue one on the waterline. And like in here. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Take a crazy chance. Sometimes if you're thinking like, I love dark colors, but they really just take over my face. They sit real clunky on my face. You might want to go more towards lighter colors or more muted colors. Maybe it's the vibrancy that's making your makeup feel clunky against your features or something like that. These are just if they're concerns of yours. If these are concerns of yours, then they're not, then it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think that is how you might realize that you're a summer, because lighter colors seem to flatter you more. They make you feel like you're wearing makeup, not the makeup is wearing you. So, yeah, if that's what you want to feel like, you want to feel more like, I want to feel like I'm wearing my makeup, not that the makeup is wearing me. You know how people talk about clothes. So, that could be a thing, you know? Alright, so we put that on the bottom. Satisfaction. Guaranteed. I'm just gonna get in there. Woo. Oh, I really like that. So then we're gonna do eyeliner. Now I would go, I think I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna use this right here, this cool toned gray, because again it's lightness. Black would be more for winter, even though I feel like if you wear black eyeliner and black mascara, anyone can wear it. I think it looks good on everybody. I think black eyeliner and like jet black, blackest black eyeliner and jet black mascara looks good on everybody, but you might not agree. And if I'm just sticking to a color palette, you know, we're gonna just try with lightness, but still, again, because of my skin tone, this would be lighter because it's just is not black black. It's a very soft kind of gray. These kinds of things would also be good for soft summer. So I think I'm just going to use this as my eyeliner for the whole summer escapade. So I'm just going to take a little bit there. And we're going to, you can come in. So, oh, hello, come back. Right, so now we're going to kind of just get in here. And then take it out right here. All right. All right. Come on. There you are. There you are. Hello, lady. We're just going to do black mascara. This is brownish black. So it's not even the blackest black. But like I said, I think anyone can wear it. But we're trying to stick to a color palette here. So I didn't use the blackest black. I used brownish black, which is still nice and cool. And black. Eyes. done. Let's do our blush and lip. The problem here with blush, I mean, clearly we're gonna do pink, but maybe I should do purple. First of all, I'm gonna take off my head wrap because it's starting to bother me. Better. So now, better. So now for true summer, I'm thinking, look at that, you're used to seeing like that much forehead. Now for, let's back up a little. So now for true summer, I'm thinking, we're just gonna stay in pink category. And we don't have to be very muted for a true summer. So I think I'm gonna use that one. It's nice and bright. Yeah, I'll stay here, but it's light enough to stay in summer category without bleeding into winter. I'm just gonna put blush right there. I'm gonna put pink blush at the front of the face. Whoop, 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 whoop. There. And the blush. Okay. And we're just going to kind of scoot it around right there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now definitely need to do the lips. Anyway, so now we're going to go into Coretta. And we're just gonna like dizzle dabble. I need to exfoliate my lips. They got a little pigmentation from picking at them. Put a little more. What on me is a brighter pink, because summer, we want it to be brighter, but this might be too deep as a summer lip. Like this might be a deep, summer lip for somebody. But you can still use, it's not that you can't use dark colors if you're a summer, because they have some dark-ish colors on here. They look dark in comparison to everyone else, but I think that they're still brighter tones. This is the color palette that I've been seeing. So again, like I was saying earlier, just think about how it would react with you, how it's going to react, like how the contrast is when it comes to light and dark on your skin tone. So for me, this pink it might be deeper for some people where they're like, oh, that's a little too deep for me. It's looking a little clunky to be summer. To me, it comes out a pretty good brightness, so I can use it as summer colors. So Nina's a nice cool toned brown, and I'm just going to use it to give my lips some definition. That's at the top. You see that? Definition. Ba-bum. There. And we're just gonna do that. I feel like because it's summer, I need a gloss. You know what I mean? But no, we're gonna keep everything nice and matte. Summer for lasting power. Summer lasting power. There's your summer makeup. Let me put on like a summer colored shirt. Okay, I'll be right back. I thought I had silver earrings, at least one, but I don't. So anyway, this is, I just put on a neutral little bodycon dress, Wild Fable from 2 years ago. I don't think they sell it anymore. But yeah, so this is my take, my understanding of true summer makeup. I like it. I think summer makeup is always really pretty. It's bright and fresh. Look like I'm getting ready for a Y2K party with this bandana. Alright, so